Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Conrail. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Brady's custom run Lionel Conrail SD45 set. And we're going to get these out of the boxes, and no, I'm not going to make you watch me unbox these. I still haven't unboxed them yet at the time of this video, but this is not a mail call. I guess you could say it's a personal in-visit store call, but I'm not going to make you watch me unbox these. But at any rate, so my main purpose to go to Brady's trains was two things. I met Mr. Brady at the Greenberg train show in Edison, and he had asked if I could do a store tour video, and I said sure. And then two of the viewers who watch my channel sent me messages saying, hey, Sean, did you realize that Brady's did a special custom run of the Conrail SD45? I'm like, no, because you know, they must have just put it up on the website. But anyway, I looked on the website and there they were. But I gotta tell you, it was worth every bit of 5 hours driving there and 5 hours driving back just to get these, because I did not want to have them shipped. I wanted to pick them up. There's just certain things you want to pick up. And what's so special about these are exclusive to Brady's trains only. There's the only place you can buy them. And Mr. Brady said he limited the set to only 40 pieces. Now, you do have to buy them as a 2 locomotive set, a powered and a non-powered super base, but it's no different than buying an F3AA. Really, what's the difference? So I was alright buying it as a set. That's cool. And this is going to be my first ever super base. I never had a Lionel super base, so I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to getting these out, showing you guys. Oh, I'm super excited. I had a ton of fun when I was at the store. Oh my God, it was just unbelievable to visit that store in person, to be there. And Mr. Brady, he is a character, a super funny guy, friendly, easy to get along with, loves to make deals in store. If you go and visit in the store, usually he'll give you deals without even asking. As soon as I told him I was interested in this set, he already offered a deal to me. I'm like, wow, I didn't even have to ask. So I thank Mr. Brady for that. And he is super kid friendly. I gotta say, when I was doing the store tour, there was this lady and young man she was having come into the store with, and Mr. Brady sees the little kid come into the store, and his eyes light up, and he's like smiling. And he yells at one of the store employees, hey, go turn on that train for the kids. So, yeah, he's all about promoting the hobby, and it was a great visit. I really enjoyed it. So enough babbling, I guess, as many would say. Sean, quit babbling. Just open up the boxes and get these things out. So, little bit, I did do research on both of these road numbers that Mr. Brady did on the Conrail SD45. So we're going to talk about a little history on both of them. I'm not going to get into detail what's correct, what's not, this handrail's on the wrong side or whatever have you. That's not my thing. I just like to briefly go over, you know, the history of the pieces and point out just a couple details. I'm not getting into rivet counting with these or anything else that I do on video, because I like more historical than doing the rivet counting part. So that's my thing. I love the history behind the stuff that I buy. All right, so the first locomotive we got out of the box is the powered unit, which is Conrail number 6067. It's an EMD SD45. Once again, this is a custom run to Brady's only. You cannot buy this anywhere else except for Brady's. and they are sold as a 2 locomotive set. You cannot get them single, which really didn't bother me any. I wanted the whole entire set anyway. So one of the things that makes the EMD SD45 unique is that it was the first locomotive ever to receive the 20-cylinder engine. Previous models had 16-cylinder diesel engines. The reason for the 20-cylinder upgrade from EMD was to do basically replace 2 locomotives with 1 with horsepower, which in theory would have worked out pretty well. The 20-cylinder engine was an EMD model 645 E3, generating 3,600 horsepower. However, the SD45 reliability was not as high as anticipated. Although the EMD prime mover 20-645 E3 had 600 horsepower more than its 16-645 E3, which was in the SD40, there were some, well, let's just say problems. The biggest problem that the EMD 20-645 E3 had was it had flexing of the engine block, which allowed the crankshaft to actually break in half, rendering the prime mover, well, let's just say hurt. Diesel mechanics nightmare. It is not easy to replace a crankshaft in anything. There were many railroads that actually took the 20-cylinder engine out and put the 16-645 E3 in place of it. There were a couple railroads that actually kept crankshafts in stock. EMD later tried to strengthen the engine block to help that situation. Whether it did or didn't, I couldn't find any research on that. However, after some railroads bought these, they found out that at low speeds, when tractive effort was adhesion limited, the SD45 provided no advantage over the SD40, which only had a 16-cylinder engine in it. Some of the original buyers of the SD45 included Burlington Northern, Southern Pacific, Santa Fe, Pennsylvania Railroad, Great Northern, Montana Rail Link. A majority of the SD45s were either scrapped or rebuilt to SD40-2 standards. Conrail number 6067 actually really was an EMD SD45. It actually started life as a Erie Lackawanna number 3602. Alright, so let's check out some features. We'll listen to some sounds. And like I said, I'm not going to get into rivet counting. That's not my thing. I like more of the historical side. Okay, so this is legacy control, Bluetooth control, legacy rail sounds, fan-driven smoke, and climatic pilots. So let's start her up.
This is the dispatcher. Start up and hold. Over. Okay, let's get to work. Out. Vehicle anyway.
let's check out some horns. That one the best. Was a couple repetitious sayings, but overall I'm pretty impressed. I really love it. As far as the color, I'm not really picky when it comes to Conrail, because it basically a lot of people pick on Lionel for the color matching. Okay, so they got some colors wrong, but when it comes to Conrail used all shades of color, shades of blue. And like, for example, 6067. If you look at this fresh out of the paint shop, this blue is actually too light. It's faded. But if you look at the 6067, near the end of its life cycle, it looked just like this. This was actually correct if you were to find a photo of 6067 right before it got scrapped. And this would be the correct color shade for it because it actually faded. On another note, for those who visit Brady's trains, he loves to interact with the customers, and he likes to ask trivia questions. Now, I'm not going to give them all away because I'd rather people visit and get hit with the trivia question and get stumped just like I did. However, a little embarrassing is he actually tripped me up on a trivia question. So what was it? And then that one I'll explain. So he asked me, what does the Conrail logo mean? Now, I always called it the can opener logo because that's what other people called it. He's like, no, that logo actually has a meaning. I said, well, I did not know that. He goes, yeah. Do you know what it means? I'm like, no, I don't. And I'm not afraid to admit that. And he says, well, if you look at the logo, it means steel wheels on track. So there's your track, 2 rails, and then there's your 2 steel wheels on the track. I'm like, wow, looking at that, that makes sense. Steel wheels on track is what this logo means. Wow. Okay, so I got to learn something while I was there, even though I love Conrail. I should have known that, but I didn't. So I have Brady's Train Custom Run Lionel Conrail number 6068 SD45 Super Base on the track. And this is my very first Super Base, and I am so excited. I was already playing with it before the video, and this thing sounds good. Normally I don't buy dummy units. I like to buy it powered, but after hearing this for the very first time and the features, and it does have lights and it does have smoke in the Super Base, so it does have a lot of features and details, and it's every bit as detailed as the the powered unit. So I'm really impressed. So when I went to research Conrail number 6068, it was a very confusing research, I have to tell you. So when I first researched it on Google, 6068 kept coming up as a GE C48W. Well, I know that there's no way that Brady's would have done the wrong road number. So I went to my go-to research site, which is the Conrail Historical Society. So when I went to the Conrail Historical Society website, which is my go-to website when things are not making sense, I found out that Conrail had 2 different locomotives with the number of 6068. An SD45 and a GE C40-8. So the Conrail SD45 6068 was also a ex-Erie Lackawanna, and it was road number 3603. Later, 6068 was also applied to a GE C40-8 and became Norfolk Southern number 8324 during the Conrail split between CSX and Norfolk Southern. So what happened to the SD45 number 6068? We'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's check out the Super Base features. Yay! So you can hear for yourself that the Super Bass, which is a dummy unit, okay, has all the same features as the powered unit has, with the exception of no motors. So you have lights, you have smoke, you got cab talk, crew talk, everything that you would have in a powered unit. Now I know you're going to ask yourself, why would you need something like that? Well, it's easy. Let's just say, okay, I have other Conrail locomotives here, and I may like the sounds in this better. So I'll grab my SD40, let's say, and I'll put it on the back end of this. And then I'll make this the lead unit. The lead unit becomes the unit that makes the sounds, the horn, the smoke, and you would never know that it's not powered because everything works like it's a powered unit. And it would have better sounds. So you could actually push this and make the front unit and put a powered unit behind it, pushing it. And you would never know from video that this was a non-powered unit. So this is a great added benefit, I think, to use as a lead locomotive with older units that don't have all the up-to-date cab chatter and the up-to-date horn selections and all that fun stuff. So, like, I could run my 2012 SD40-2 behind this and have the SD40-2 push this, but have the upgraded sounds in the train that I'm running. So, yeah, I can see where the Super Bass unit would come in really handy for the added sound features, the smoke, all the enhanced features that Lionel has. So, once again, I'm very impressed. The Super Bass sounds good. Very happy with this. So what happened to the Conrail SD45 locomotives? Well, they ended up on the deadlines at Rutherford, along with a U30B and at least one SDP45 that was an X Erie Lackawanna unit. In 1985, they were scrapped. Alright, so let's do a startup and a run by.
This is the dispatcher. Start up and hold. Over. Okay, let's get to work. Out.
beautiful set. As I was staging the flat car to put the camcorder on, that bass unit was so loud that it was actually vibrating the chain and the platform on that locomotive. That's how loud that unit is. It's actually vibrating the chain and the platform. I'm like, what's that noise? And it's actually a vibration from the sounds. And that's just at the diesel idling. I mean, these sound great in person. And remember, there's only 40s that were ever made. So I would hurry up, and if you're a Conrail fan, you better order these or get there in person. Because who knows, these might not ever be made again. This might be the only time Lionel will be able to run these special locomotives. On another note, if you're a person who loves a railroad with a wide variety of different diesel locomotives, you're a diesel locomotive person, and you're looking for a railroad that has quite the variety, I would look at Conrail. I mean, hear me out here. So Conrail, when they formed in 1976, they inherited locomotives from all different railroads. So they had all kinds of models and makes and different. There's just such a different variety of locomotives that Conrail had. It's crazy. And so there was a lot of choices you can have in a Conrail locomotive. Patched units, Erie, Lackawanna, Penn Central, Reading. I mean, there was just a whole bunch. And then some of them eventually got painted blue, but not all of them. And so, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I know I enjoyed this run. Got to thank Mr. Brady for the wonderful deal he gave me. Wonderful visit to the store, his hospitality. I can't thank him enough. And we'll see you guys trackside. Goodbye.